Hello, everyone. Today we're looking at Maneater. I love this game. It is so stupid. Definitely one of the funnier games I've played in a while. I don't know how they pulled it off, but making like a funny, quirky game that's kind of like has an Adult Swim energy to it is kind of it's something I haven't seen in a while. It's hard to make a funny game, but then also a good game at the same time, and I think this one really just nails it. What's really interesting, so you play, there's this giant shark essentially that this hillbilly from Louisiana tries to, defeat. It's his biggest, accomplishment. And you are the daughter, I believe, of that giant female shark. And so you basically go on a revenge spree and take out all the humans in kind of, this giant map. And so it's kind of a little bit kind of like GTA in the sense that, as you go through the game, you unlock different areas of the map, different objectives, stuff like that. And as you upgrade your shark, essentially, you'll be able to take on stronger enemies. You'll be able to sink stronger boats. There are times when you actually go on land. But you basically start off in kind of the Louisiana swamp. And for the most part, you have, all the fish are leveled. So you have like level 1 fish, where essentially you can just eat them. And there's 3 different kind of aspects. There's protein, fat, and DNA, I think. And so the more fish you eat and the more people you eat as well, once you get able to eat people, you basically upgrade and evolve. And so that's how you level up in this game. And there's 2 different overarching objectives. Of course, there's the story missions and the side missions and stuff like that. But then there's also the missions where overarching, a lot like Grand Theft Auto, you have this kind of tiered system where if you eat enough people, they'll call the authorities. And once the authorities are involved, then it's just a matter of taking out the cop boats or whatever, or the hunters. But what's really interesting is that if you keep going, each star gives you a different boss, of which there are, I think, 20 or so. And so kind of the side objective is you want to get strong enough that you can beat this kind of like armada of hunting ships that are like an ever increasing version of the 5-star police system in Grand Theft Auto. And so every time you go back into the police state, it saves your progress in terms of the fact of how many of the bosses you defeated, so you don't have to start all over again. And again, certain areas of the map are accessed by certain powers, like you have to jump over the giant gate, like Free Willy or something, in order to make it to the next area. And it goes from the swamp to industrial districts to the cityscape and kind of the rich part of town where they have golf courses and stuff like that. You also have certain moves and abilities as well, and you have 3 different classes you can like evolve into and equip at any different time, which is the Bone Shark, which is super effective against boats, I believe, and has high defense. You have the Shadow Shark, where you're able to move very quickly and kind of almost disappear and do a little teleport thing. And then you have the Shock Shark, which allows you to do electrical attacks, and you can equip each of these parts on the fins, the tail, the Dorphin or whatever it's called, and the body itself. I love this game, and what really gives it a comical aspect to it is also the fact that the narrator for a lot of the things of your that you do in terms of your actions are done by this guy that's the equivalent of a the nature guy who does all those documentaries, and he's like, yes, the shark has taken a great liking to eating human flesh and things like that. I don't know, this game is just a lot of fun, honestly. Way more fun than I thought it would be for a meme game, essentially. Just a great blast. Again, there are also certain collectibles you get in this game. I think one of the hardest levels is where you have to swim through this series of industrial pipes in kind of this underground area. Or, I mean, underwater. Everything's underwater. But through that area, there's like certain collectibles. You have to like go through this maze. And that was actually really, really frustrating / intense and interesting. And yeah, some of the collectibles in this game are things like license plates that actually are on land, and so you have to do things. We have to do certain maneuvers. Sometimes they'll be on top of bridges, so you have to do, again, like a free willy thing. You have to like build up a lot of momentum and speed and basically be able to jump over a bridge in order to get this thing. And again, as you upgrade your shark, it'll basically be able to like go on land like no problem. You know, you can have essentially a multi jumps as you go through the air, which is ridiculous. I know this game is very fun and very funny. And of course, you know, the climax, it ends with the final showdown with the original hunter that killed your mother shark. And yeah, so the story is not super interesting, but the plot, how the you know, the different sections of the game move along, this is like a properly made video game. And honestly, I feel it's a very, very underrated, because it's very, very fun. And oh yeah, I forgot the other component or upgrade you have is also radioactivity, and so those will be in certain you know, industrial waste products in the ocean that you find, and you actually want to find those because those give you evolutionary attribute points that allow you to level up and do essentially your special abilities. So you are truly a mutant, mutated, you know, evil shark thing. What's also cool about the game is you'll have these areas where essentially they are safe havens, and you will essentially rest here to change out your evolutionary traits, your makeup, you know, how you level up, stuff like that. And also you save in these areas, and they're really cool. They're always in these really nifty, kind of comfy little areas underwater. But yeah, this is the best shark game ever made. Like I can say that with confidence, I think. At least I don't know of any other shark oriented games. If you've ever seen Sharknado, this is the game for you. It definitely has the same energy, the same vibes, and I would definitely go for it. It's a great experience. There's also some very funny references to a bunch of other movies, pop culture, a bunch of other stuff. I don't know. This game feels like it's made with a lot of passion, a lot of soul, and again, I'm just surprised that it's you know, it like, for example, there's just one thing where it references Castaway and Wilson, for example. Like, there's a bunch of movie references, and there's these little kind of collectible things that you find underwater that serve only that purpose. Yeah, I don't know, this game, you might think it looks like a stupid whatever kind of game, but it's actually I almost call it Sharknado. Maneater is extremely fun and extremely worth the gameplay and the time. Anyway, guys, that's all I really gotta say about it. Fantastic game. I'll see you later. Bye.